Welcome in, Chiefs Kingdom, to Chiefs Latest, your one-stop spot for everything Kansas City Chiefs in 15 minutes or less. It is your host, Calvin Silvers. Happy Monday. Finally, the start of a new week, but boy, did we end last week on a terrible note. We saw the Chiefs have a beat down in Seattle. Not good. Not a good look. And not only that, our depth chart took some hits with some injuries. But there could be some potential help on the way. That is right. We're about to dive into it all. But before we do, you know the drill. I don't have to repeat it, but I'm going to for you. If you're on YouTube, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and make sure you turn on those notifications because we have daily, that's right, daily videos here at Chiefs Latest, Monday through Friday. So you're not going to want to miss any of the news, rumors, or the action. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, as it not only helps me in the channel, but it's going to help you stay up to date with everything Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I mentioned that, yes, injuries have hit this depth chart, but I'm not going to talk about a position that's been hit by that yet, but a position that doesn't really excite me. And I've said this in previous podcast episodes, but this running back room, I think there needs to be some new juice, or I think there just needs to be another piece added to it. And look at this, the Commanders, they are shopping Brian Robinson Jr., their 2022 third-round pick. This could be a game changer for the Chiefs' running game that's, I think, has left me underwhelmed. Not only their running game as a whole, but the running back room. Isaiah Pacheco, he has his injury woes. You have an aging Kareem Hunt. You have to rely on, what, a seventh-round rookie? And Elijah Mitchell has been erratic. So I think the Chiefs' ground game, it lacks reliability. So if you look at Brian Robinson Jr., I think his style is a perfect fit for the scheme. 44 games of experience, career high 2024 output, and that output outshined Pacheco. Anything that Pacheco has done, especially because Pacheco has subpar vision, which has led to missed opportunities in the run game, and his receiving skills are also subpar. So Brett Veach, can pull the trigger on Robinson, and I think that's going to spark competition, which is good. It's going to push Pacheco, who's in his contract year, to prove that he's still that workhorse, or he's going to risk losing his spot because we know that Kareem Hunt's not going to take it. But Pacheco's had 2 seasons sidelined by injuries. It's reckless to bank on him having a full campaign, a full season. But Robinson has that durability. He has that better dual threat ability. He could help stabilize the backfield more than I think Pacheco is because, again, you can't rely on him to have a full season. You just can't. So this trade, it would jolt Kansas City. It would keep their offense afloat, especially if Pacheco can't stay healthy or can't even deliver to what we think he can. If we look at his stats last season, Robinson averaged 4.3 yards per carry, 8 touchdowns. That's a career high. Pacheco has never had more than 8 in a regular season. Back in 2023, he had 36 receptions, 368 yards, 10.2 yards per catch, and 4 receiving touchdowns. Isaiah Pacheco has had 2 total receiving touchdowns in 3 seasons. So how would this put in the backfield competition or even the fit? Again, his patience, he's got hard-nosed running. I think he's got the better receiving chops. That's obviously going to challenge Pacheco to try to elevate his game. But not only that, it's going to add some depth. And not only that, add some insurance because we know that these injuries are going to hit, especially with Kareem Hunt, who's already facing that in this preseason and training camp. So if you can get Robinson, you have Pacheco, you have Robinson, and yeah, Hunt and Mitchell as complementary pieces. What's wrong with that? So I don't mind this trade connection to the Chiefs. Robinson's trade rumors offer the Chiefs a chance to bolster a shaky running back room, something that has underwhelmed me, not really impressed me. And he has proven production. He has proven durability. It would push Pacheco to reclaim his role or have to become the second string or something like that, or at least have a very competitive backfield. So I don't really see too many cons, and I see more pros, at least right now, with this trade link. Of course, not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying that the Chiefs are linked to this, and it is interesting to look at. But I've been mentioning 2. Now, it's been 2 weeks, so it's been a while since I brought this up. But 2 weeks ago, I did say that the Chiefs could explore. Again, people kind of attacked me in the comments because they thought I was saying they should. I said they could explore the option, of course, of adding Justin Simmons. But again, most comments were questioning with Hicks, Cook, Connor, Edwards, and at the time, Bush on the practice squad, if we even needed him. But now, injuries to Bush and injuries to Edwards has flipped the script. Bush's Achilles tear, Edwards' hamstring issue. The Chiefs are left with safeties that are all under the age of 26. The three safeties that you would rely on right now are all under the age of 26. That's a risky bet for a Super Bowl contending team. You need veteran stability, especially if you're going to get that far in the postseason. So signing Simmons now isn't about a pricey long-term deal like it was with Justin Reed, which was also brought up in the comment section. It's a one-year, cap-smart, prove-it contract to plug a gaping hole in the secondary, which is now exposed. The Chiefs' decision to let Reed walk was about cap flexibility, not a rejection of veterans. And Simmons' four-time All-Pro pedigree makes him a perfect fit right now for Spags. The only fit. Kansas City secondary allowed 4,012 passing yards in 2024. That ranked 22nd. Simmons has a bunch of career picks, AFC West savviness. He could be the fix against these past heavy rivals. And not only that, Simmons has haunted Mahomes with his own interceptions. And his 2024 stats prove that he's still a turnover machine even at the age of 31. Again, I really think this is a no-brainer for a contending team like the Chiefs. 71 tackles, 2 interceptions, 1 forced fumble, 74.8 PFF grade last season. And it's a cap-smart fix. It's smart to get him on a one-year deal. It's going to fit the Chiefs' $20.6 million cap space. It offers a plug-and-play veteran that's going to stabilize, again, a young secondary. No one's over the age of 26. No one. And again, it doesn't need to be a long-term financial risk. It's a 1 year. So these injuries to Bush, these injuries to Edwards, it really forces the Chiefs to reconsider Simmons, who people got mad at me bringing this up 2 weeks ago, but he has that proven history, reliability, even at this point in his career. Mix that with the AFC West experience, I think it's a critical cap-friendly addition to, again, a team that is there ready for another Super Bowl run. Now, I mentioned that it was a beatdown on Friday, and I wanted to talk a little bit more about that game. I know it's a couple days removed now, but that thrashing on Friday by Seattle was rough enough. But again, that injury storm, the injury plague, whatever you want to call it, it's hitting the Chiefs secondary, it's hitting the linebacker room. It's making a nightmare right now for Chiefs Kingdom. Noel Williams, he has the concussion. Najee Johnson has the shoulder injury. Jalen Watson had that concussion earlier. The secondary right now is on life support, and we know that Christian Fulton's, he's been slow to recover. He's been limited in practices since August 7th. That raises some red flags about his readiness as a boundary starter, how he's just going to look when we do throw him in. And again, the linebacker, Jack Cochran's knee injury, that hurts too. He was going to have a good backup role, or at least help back up Nick Bolton when he needed to, and he's a good special teams anchor. And again, the team's relying on depth in these positions, so he's played in 47 games for the Chiefs the past 3 seasons. So he knows what to do. You have Eric Scott, Darius Rush, they're already cut due to early camp injuries that we saw. The Chiefs are banking on McDuffie, Fulton, and Watson staying healthy, but again, Johnson's passing down role is now in jeopardy. So this secondary strand, shaky backups, it's going to force Spags to scramble a little bit. So we need these Chiefs preseason injuries to lay off in this final preseason game, which surprisingly, the starters will get to play. Now, I'm not saying surprisingly because we want them to get some rust knock off, but this plague of injuries seeming to following the team right now is kind of scary. So I just wanted to bring up all those because, again, this depth chart is just getting thinner and thinner, especially on the defensive side. So we might need to see Mahomes really hit his MVP form soon. But let's talk about and end on a bright spot. I don't want to, start Monday off with a bunch of down news. So, of course, despite the loss, Robert Tonyan, also known as Big Bob to Travis Kelce, he lit up the field. He's proving that he's a legitimate offensive weapon in the preseason. 5 catches, 41 yards, and a touchdown against the Seahawks. Plus, you can go back to his Week 1 performance, which is pretty good. Shows that he can be more effective than just a depth piece behind Kelce and Gray. 148 catches, 1,549 yards, 17 touchdowns. That outshines every Chiefs, except, of course, Kelce in those stats. So he's bringing some veteran savviness to the setting. And hopefully a new setting where he can thrive now. And he's getting Minshew's praise, especially after that second game, for his smarts, his spatial awareness, highlights why he's clicking again in Reed's system because we know that's what Kelce is so good at doing. And you can go back, it's far removed now, but he was really good back in 2020 with the Packers. That 2020 year racked up 586 yards, 11 touchdowns, plus he had some playoff heroics. So he's at least been in the position that the Chiefs want to achieve. And then you have Brenning Stuhlhurt, his preseason dominance over Wiley as well, bolstered by his experience. Minshew's trust and praise makes him a strong candidate for tight end 3, adding some depth to an offense that is leaning on Kelsey, who's getting more and more who's aging more and more and is likely in his last year. So Big Bob's, as we're going to call him, his breakout so far this preseason, backed by his veteran status, I think that makes him a standout, potentially locking in that tight end 3 role over Wiley in right now a competitive tight end room. As I mentioned, just wanted to end the episode on a good note. Of course, talking about all the injuries, it's a little scary, but again, potential help could be on the way. Let me know in the comments again what you think about maybe adding Simmons. Is it a good idea? Is it not? What about that running back trade? Should we do it? Should we even look at it? Or should we rock with the 4 that we have? Just let me know your thoughts from Friday's preseason game. Of course, I am your host, Calvin Silvers, here at Cheifs Latest. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And until next time, have a good one.